platform does not want to engage in meaningful dialogue with other actors in the country is empty and false and should be shunned. Number two, there has also been a discussion about iPod, membership of iPod or non-membership of iPod. Ladies and gentlemen, before I think last few weeks, iPod was an NGO. But some mischievous people, because they thought they would do a platform to do certain things, went on a mischievous mission of making iPod an institution of the state of Uganda, and they amended the Political Parties and Organizations Act. But in doing so, they thought they would compare us to belong to some organization. They didn't know that we are not just in the National Consultative Forum, but we are already the leadership of the National Consultative Forum. So iPod now is a department in National Consultative Forum. Like if you have a school and a new department is introduced, it doesn't mean that the school has been taken away. So the National Consultative Forum now is being rebranded to say that the parties that are represented in Parliament will be meeting here and a department called iPod, and the parties that are not represented in Parliament are meeting in a different department. So I thought that as the vice chairperson of the National Consultative Forum is the question of public funding of political parties. I think you have had a lot of idle talk from especially the NRM propaganda machinery that NUP does not want to participate in iPod activities but picks iPod money. Ladies and gentlemen, the funding that NUP receives from the state coffers as a creation of the law has got nothing to do with that NGO that people have been meeting in. Number two is that public funding of political parties was not born in Uganda. It has been in existence for very many years ago. In fact, in some countries like America, the conversation started in 1907. Today, funding of political parties is practiced globally in over 100 countries. But in those none of those countries is funding of political parties tagged to going for meetings and taking pictures with the head of state. Because if there is meaningful discussion and dialogue, you do not need to compare people, because they feel that on account of their conduct, meeting with them, interacting with them has become so shameful that they must force people to go and talk with them. So this new creation of comparing people has got nothing. And I have mentioned that NUP, which I represent in that forum, so we have a duty to continuously, as NUP, teach those mischievous people that you don't build a country by using underhand methods. But we know that their objective and mission is never to build the country, but to extend their patronage system. But we have a duty then to give this information to the people of Uganda so that they can be able to challenge those lies that are being peddled by the propaganda machinery of the regime. Why so I answer nti bino nabyo byogere mu Uganda. Kati simanya ani ayagala kumpa maxes okwogera Uganda naye wise bajja kunsasula bwe byogera bulungi. Mr. President, n'abakulembeze baffe and all of you comrades, you mark against bwe twalonchinga programu eno twate bannayuganda nti fundraising eno tunoonya sente za kutambuza campaign era ne tubeera ne target nti campaign eno bwe tufuna billion 9 zijja tuyamba okutuuka buli wamu, zijja tuyamba okufuna posters ezimala, zijja tuyamba okulaba nti abantu bafe abamu abalina obusobozi obw'okukulembera naye nga tebalina ssente ngeza nominations tubasupporting. Tukimanyi nti abakenkufu abakola research aba Alliance for Finance Monitoring nga twakava mu kulonda kwa 2021 bafulumya report eraga nti candidate Museveni mu kulonda yakozesa biliyoni 9. Kati fezino zetuli mu kusolooza yezo Museveni ze yakozesa mu 20 kubanga faba NUP enkola yaffe ya politics yanjawulo ku ya Museveni ne NRM kubanga bo biliyoni 9 bagala za kugulira abalonzi, bagala za kufinancing obumenyi bw'amateeka, naye ffe zaffe twagala fuel, twagala posters, twagala nomination fees. So chovola baffe target yaffe naye tumanyi Abannayuganda betunoonyamu ssente kusaawa zino abangi bali mu mbeera mbi bwa bukulembeze bubi bwa gavumenti ya Museveni. Si bwe kiri? So target yaffe ebyo byonna tusoose ne tubitunulamu. So twebaza Abannayuganda abaakavaayo ne bawagira omulamwa guno, ate tubasaba bongeremu amaanyi ku luno ensonga eno tugiguse weyina okugwera. Ensonga y'okubiri, Waiswa bw'abadde ampita wano yabategeezezza nti nze amyuka akulira National Consultative Forum. National Consultative Forum ye omukago ogw'ebibiina byonna ebyobufuzi mu Uganda. Bazze boogerako nti akozesa ssente z'omuwi w'omusolo tekitandikidde mu Uganda, kiri mu nsi yonna. Wetwogerera kiri mu mawanga agasoba mu 10. Wetwogerera kiri mu mawanga agasoba mu 10. Mawanga agamu nga Amerika ebyo batandika byogerako mu mwaka 1000. Naye mu mawanga ago gonna genjogeddeko 10 nga kuliko n'amangi agali mu Afrika, teri awali akakwakulizo nti ekibiina okufuna support okuva mu state coffers kirina okusooka ne kigenda meeting ne kyekubya ebifaananyi n'oyo ali mu ntebe. Naye abaakuno kubanga okutuula nabo n'okwekubya nabo ebifaananyi nga kisinziira nti bwe batateekako obukwakulizo obwo abantu tebajja kukkiriza kutuula nabo, so ne baleeta kakwakulizaako bye tuwakanya kubanga bagezaako okunafuya idea eyandibadde ennungi bo ne baagala kuyisaawo ebyabwe. So kansuubire nti ngezezaako okinyonyola bulungi n'omu Luganda. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala.
Togezezaako okoze bulungi. Thank you so very much for that elaboration on different aspects. Without wasting any more time, allow me to invite Doreen Kaija, the rector of our NUP School of Leadership. The student Mongerenga Lezaman. And she will take us through this segment.
Thank you. Thank you. Ebintu bibera bya bakulu. Pozinga mwagala kongo bya komulimu. Your Excellency, our keynote speaker, Dr. Jimmy Spire Sentongo of our party, the leader of our parliamentary front, the Secretary General, all leaders of our mighty party, the facilitators of the National Unity Platform School of Leadership. That hand clap for them. Yeah, our dear graduates of today, our parents who are together with us, comrades and compatriots. It's great to be here today. The first people who are before me, Nozawa Demokasiki, Katuingi Dembaga. This is a great day, Your Excellency, to see that as the School of the National Youth Platform, we yet again gather at our party headquarters to celebrate this fruitful moment of these people that we have. I will go back right from how we started this year, not the first call. We opened up a call to join the National Unity Platform School of Leadership. And in that regard, there was an online application and physical applications that were open for everyone. I'm happy to report to you, Your Excellency, and our keynote speaker, that we had over 200 people who applied. It is fortunate or unfortunate, we only had 170 who were successful to join us that time. And note that whoever didn't qualify was not really in position to be with us, but because of sometimes the space and what we can accommodate for an intake. And today, it is great that we have a total number of 149 graduates who are yet to be certified. And that is only for the people who have been attending classes physically. We tried to have the school move beyond the walls of Kamocha, looking at the people who live in the diaspora. And I'm happy to report to you that we have over 30 people who will be graduating with us today. And I think we have our comrade Mato who will be representing the diaspora team. Thank you. I want to mainly to our dear facilitators. Please, for a few who are here, you can stand up for recognition, and we appreciate you highly. Kindly. Yes. Thank you. Please, thank you very much. I know as a school, yes, Madam Sarah. I know as a school we are highly indebted by your efforts. Every day, when this team here is called upon, I think the Secretary General should also be getting to stand up because he's part of the team. Yeah. Yes. So really, I want to appreciate you on behalf of the National Unity Platform School of Leadership. We are indebted of your hard work, of your commitment, of your passion, and the sacrifice was vandalized by the people who hold state power today. Using soldiers who bear our national flag on their shoulders, dressed in the country. Speaker, among those people there, we have had people who have been coming from very far. And I want to mention, there is a gentleman who used to come from Kasese for the, and that is Muhindo. Yeah, thank you, brother. Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you very much. I want to appreciate your full efforts that you've put in, not for just your souls, but to see that this country can at one point have the best of leaders that we deserve. I know that I've not worked all alone. I have people that have been at the school, right from the gate down to the sanitation. I know the place has always been clean. We should appreciate that team for their work. They have been there for us. I will not talk so much, but I want to I'll give a word to you, our wordies of the day. I know that today you're getting out of the walls of the school. I believe that the purpose was to see that you can be the representative, the ambassadors of this mighty party, to see that the revolution to which we abide ourselves to, we align ourselves to, can be a realization. I beg of you, please be the best ambassadors of the school and of the party. Go, speak, preach, and hold people who are out there to have information. The strongest weapon the guy who holds power has at his display is ignorance of our people. Please, go and fight. Go and spread the gospel truth of change. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You will allow me at this very juncture to call upon the three people who are meant to speak on our behalf to kindly step forward. Thank you. Basi tude bitalo bingi simanyi obude bonna banabufuna. Okay. So of course as a school we've tried to leave along just the training. We've always been requested leave along just the training. We've always been requested that let it not be just an environment where people come, get trained and move out. We've involved people into critical thinking and they have come up with a specific or a special document that will be offered to the leadership of the party as an alternative document or policy. Thank you very much. It goes fast.
Your Excellency, the President, Guest of Honor, Leader of Opposition, Secretary General, members of Delegate Conference, members of National Unity Platform, members of National Executive Committee, all leaders at various levels here, my fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. It gives me a great pleasure to speak to you all this afternoon. Your Excellency, the President, my name is Nadamba Shilin, representing Class A. I want to take this opportunity to thank you all. I want to take this opportunity to thank the management and Nob School of Leadership for choosing me out of the many to speak to you this afternoon on this occasion. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, the President, fellow graduates, I want to thank you all for reaching this milestone today, this Friday, July 11th, 2025. History indeed has been written today. Fellow, join me to put our hands together to thank His Excellency, the President, for deeming it fit and thinking wise for coming up with the idea of initiating the opening up of Nob School of Leadership in Uganda's politics. Thank you. In the same vein, I wish to thank our coordinator of School of Leadership, Madam Kaija Dori, for his wise counsel, idea, and guidance towards us. His expectation leadership has made us who we are today. Ladies and gentlemen, the fruits of academic year 2024-2025 in the name of graduates you are seeing today are as a result of effort of various tutors and facilitators who have played a critical role in us. I wish to bring to your attention that in our learning experience here, we have studied 6 course modules, namely no philosophy, political and constitution history, governance and civil rights, communication skills, pathway to political change, and leadership in action. That cocktail of training has acted as a trigger and an eye-opener to us. It has further enlightened us of our law to overthrow the military junta who has oppressed this country for so many years. As the saying goes by, one philosopher, Aristotle, education of the mind without education of the heart is not education. Our hearts and minds have been charged to fight for political change in reference to Article 2 and 3 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda that empowers the Republic to fight and defend their constitution. Our learning experience here has been a holistic one, where we have not remained the same as we were. Before acquiring this training, that has exposed us to new friends, connection, and has further created a learning environment of human behavior. Since most of us here come from different walks of life with different behaviors, our stay here, tolerance, persistence, resilience, and discipline. We have been equipped with knowledge of leadership, skills, and some of us here are going to contest as candidates in our respective electoral areas. It is further to note that an army surrounded by 100 sheep can defeat one led by one sheep surrounded by 100 lions. Mr. President, that knowledge upon our learning experience that has equipped us with values of the party and philosophy. Your Excellency, the President, and fellow graduates, leaders are made but not born. We have been prepared and baked into steady leaders. It is right to note that in history of leadership, the world has never witnessed an impactful and strong leadership. We are blessed to be in this generation, led by you, Your Excellency, Mr. President. In my conclusion, as education is the movement from darkness to light, Your Excellency, indeed we have seen the light. Yes. Fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, with these remarks, we need to rise up and fight for good governance. Thank you for listening to me.
Okay, good soldier!
People power, our power, Your Excellency, our chief guest, Robert Chaglan Sentamo, keynote speaker, Professor Jimmy Spire Sentongo, respected leaders, fellow graduates, and distinguished guests, you are most welcome. I'm representing Class C, those are elected leaders. Today marks a proud and memorable limestone in our journey as young leaders. We joined National Unity Platform of Leadership with desire to learn, to grow, and to better understand our role in shaping a just, free, and democratic Uganda. The National Unity Platform School of Leadership has not only equipped us with knowledge, but it has also strengthened our courage, sharpened our vision, reminded us that leadership is not about power, but it's about service. Let us go out as ambassadors of truth, justice, and people-centered leadership. Let our communities love our country. Dear Mr. President, we are ready to continue the fight of New Uganda. I'm Makula Vicky, Woman Councillor representing the great people of Najana, Kumbi 1, LOC3, Lubaga Division. Thank you.
Okay, she just landed, never mind. She just landed.
People power! Our power! People power! Viva NUP, viva! Viva NUP, viva! Viva Chagulanyi, viva! Viva President, viva! Hello. Our dear esteemed guest of honor, distinguished guests present, good afternoon. Your Excellency and Chagulanyi Sentamu, we can't your benevolent generosity, welcoming Mother Uganda with open hands. We can't take this given free opportunity for granted. We are ready to preach and move the revolution to the next level. All we can say, Asante Sana.
Good afternoon, everyone.
It's another thing for us to successfully run government, and this shows that we are ready to run government, to change this country, to better the trajectory of our country. And that's what we are doing. Nelson Mandela once said that education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world. That is true. And maybe that's why this government has refused to focus on education, because unaided rule over, they're very easy to manipulate. We have always made the case, UPE, Universal Primary Education, which is supposed to be a good program. Capitation grant that is given money to run the schools, to cater for the educational needs of each child, is 20,000 shillings. Just locally here. It cannot happen. And that's why we remain raw, we remain in a vicious cycle. And for us in our alternative policies, we have always said, let's increase this capitation grant. If we are serious about educating this young generation to become the kind of leaders we want them to be, let's push it up. In fact, for us, we have said at the bare minimum, let's multiply it by 5 at the bare minimum for a start. So it is still at 20,000 shillings. That's why let's pay all teachers very well, not some teachers. Because what government decided, let's pay just the science teachers well. How about the arts teachers? The arts are important too. Because they're all teachers, they're qualified similarly, they teach the same man hours, woman hours. Let's pay all teachers well. Because when you don't do that, these teachers, they become lethargic. You can force them to go to class, as was the case, because Mr. Museveni called them to State House, intimidated them and said, go back to class. And the poor teachers have gone back to class. But they're not teaching as they should be teaching. They're not passing on the knowledge they should be passing on.
because they're not well motivated. So they will lead class, yes, they will hold chalk, and they'll not pass on the right content to these children. So all of those things affect education. And so this government is deliberate about frustrating education. Because when people remain there in that state, research has told us that children who are in P7, in UPE schools, they cannot do P2 work. That's a research that was conducted by an entity called WEZO. Children who are in P7 UPE schools, they cannot do work of P2, but they're in P7. And then they'll go to secondary and so on. So they remain shallow. That's what we want to change. That's what our government is going to change, very deliberately, so that we become a better country. So that people who are educated can challenge leaders. Because when you're not educated, you've been seeing Mr. Museveni moving around. Those poor people at whatever age, elderly, they'll kneel down and he gives them an envelope, which has, I don't know, maybe 50,000 or that kind of thing, whatever amount. But somebody who is educated, somebody who knows the value of them being a citizen, will be challenging the leader and saying, no, before you give us those envelopes, where are the roads you promised us? Where is the good healthcare? Where is the good education, infrastructure, service delivery, and so on and so forth? So that's what we want to do. And we have begun it here. So we congratulate you once again. Just can't get abazadde bamanyi oluzungu ngamba abali wali bannamawulire twagala okuyozaayoza abasomi banne mwebali kusoma muyogeyoge okusoma kikulu nnyo era ndabamu abantu bangi ndabala abakulembeza abamu abava mu Nakawa West mwebali kusoma muyimirire kale pulezidenti alabe nti abannakawa tusoma obalabye pulezidenti obalabye abo bakansala abafaawo basomye mwebale butatuswaza ekyokusoma ekyokuyiga kikulu nnyo ate okuyiga tulina okimanya nti okuyiga waliwo okuyiga okubeera mu kiraasi university naki n'okola degree masters phd n'ebirala ni waliwo n'okuyiga nti ogenda kubangulwa kyeno koosi gye musomye oyinza obutagiteeka ku CV yo nekuweesa omulimu naye kubangudde tekulese kyekimu bayire bino ne ku CV muziteekeko tomanya ojja kutuuka mu ofiisi omuntu ategeere nti ntambuza emirimu gyaffe nga NUP wanalabako kakoosi ajja gamba ono gwenjagala ono abimanyi tubayozaayoza mwebale kuwaayo kaseera bwobeera omukulembeze kirungi okusigala ng'otambulira mu kumanya kubanga okumanya tekukuma otuuka ekiseera n'ogamba nti kaakati nze nkikubye nnyo abo bootandisa okwonooneka tulina tambulira mu kumanya kwongerako kwongera okutegeera nsinga bwetambula. Nelson Mandela yagamba nti education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Nti okusoma oba ebyenjigiriza kyakulwanyisa kinene nnyo ekisobola okukozesebwa okukyusa ensi ate nga kituufu kubanga abantu baba nga basomyeko nga bayigirivu bibeera byanjawulo eggwanga ebyo libeera lyanjawulo nnyo n'engeri gye balondamu n'engeri gye basalawo engeri gye bateeka abakulembeze ku nninga ebeera yanjawulo kyovudde olaba oba oliawo gavumenti eno ebyenjigiriza tebiteekako nnyo ssira tubeereyo mu palamenti nga tubiyombako UPE Universal Primary Education kibayita capitation grant nti zino sente zigenda kuyisa omwana ono mu ssomero ebyenjigiriza bye naki buli mwaka buli mwana bamusasulira $200 omwaka gwonna si wiiki si mwezi si taamu omwaka gwonna kakati gweteebereza $200 omwaka omulamba oyo omwana gwe basuubira nti ajja kutuula ebibuuzo bye bimu n'abagenda mu masomero agali wano e Kampala oyo mwana gwe basuubira nti ajja kusobola okompiitinga n'abaana abali mu nsi endala zonna mu nsi yonna tekisoboka kyondola tusigala tuli mabega ne tugamba nti abasomesa bonna basasulwe bulungi gavumenti yo yagamba nti tujja sasulamu abasayansi bokka ate abalala aba arts bo si basomesa bo tebasomesa ssaawa zezimu tebatula mu classroom yemu of course kyeyakolebenanga omuntu agende mu class tujja bagoba bambi abasomesa ne batya aba atsi ne baddayo okwekalakasa ne bakuyimiriza ne baddayo okusomesa naye ebyaddala bw'obigoberera abasomesa bali mu kibiina naye tebasomesa nga bwe kirina kubeera kubanga tebali motivated tebajja kuwaayo buli kimu kubanga si basanyufu kati bajja kusomesaako bya mpola mpola kati golowooza nti bali mu kibiina basomesa naye nga ate tebasomesa kati obudola baffe tugamba ebintu ebyo tulina obikyusa gavumenti yaffe egenda bikyusa tuteeke essira ku byenjigiriza kubanga abantu abasomivu tebajja kukola nga bino omuze mulamwa Museveni alambula n'agenda okulambula abalina obubizi abalina obukoko obusatu bambi abantu abaavu najja n'afukamira n'amuwa ebbaasa erimu ba $5,000 twagala mirimu ng'abavubuka kati kyobudola abatubeezaawo ffe kye twagala kikyuke ng'abantu bamanye ekyokukola bamanye ekyokubanja abakulembeze baabwe si just bbaasa bwetwagala okusomoka era pulezidenti njagala kugumya nga tumaze okutwala obukulembeze ate ekyo nga tekiri wala nnyo tulina obumalirivu tulina obusobozi obuddukanya gavumenti bafuna zi masters ne tuzifuna aba Harvard naki bakulembeze ab'oku ntikko ffenna tubenga tumanye ekyokukola kuba pulezidenti ng'ali mu state house si abeera akulembera yekka abeera n'abakulembeze ab'enjawulo kati kino kitulaga nti ffe tuli ready okuddukanya gavumenti twagala okusoomooza abalala namwe mujje musome olabe nga eggwanga ligenda maaso
wange mwongere engalo ez'amaanyi naffe aba media tuli basanyufu nti mu ssomero Jonas Sewo webale kusoma yimirira abantu bakulabeko yimirira leero alina mutaayi ali mutaayi naye yasomye so buli muntu alina eddembe okulaba nti ayongerwako kyasobola okukola ki okwongerwako. Mr. President and the Secretariat, I will indulge you just for a minute. These graduates forgot just a small act. Please, mujje mugabe ekirabo kyammwe ekyo mu ddakiika emu tugende ku programu endala.
Excellency, the de facto and de jure President of the Republic of Uganda. It's not only the love people are showing you, it is that you inspired us across generations. You in geography because you went virtual. On behalf of the deputy presidents from the 4 regions, inspired by the truth that as my generation,
era nga wetusinkanira ne twogera ku mbeera zetuyitamu mu mwaka gwa 2016 nasalawo okuddayo ku ssomero okusoma amateeka era twalina omusomesa waffe yatusomesanga amateeka yali tanakutuka kiwalaata sigamba nti yakikutuka omusajja oyo yali muwanvuwanvu weeyaba temumumanyi baali bamuyita lubongoya naye nga buli lecture gye tumala mulo class bweva ku university ate eyo lecture nzija nenjimenyeramenyeramu bakyali bange mu ghetto ebiseera ebyo kyatukolanga bulungi kubanga ffe twali tulina ensisinkana ey'enjawulo eyebangula nga buli omu kyamanyi akiyigiriza omulala kuba mu ghetto twalina enkola eya each one teach one era kyomanyi okiyigiriza banno mulimi lwabwe kyakitiibwa nnyo titugenze tweyubula okutuuka ku kiseera kino naye nga tetunaba kweyubula wajjawo obwetaavu era ne tuyitibwa tulina okukkiriza nti guno omulimu Katonda yatuyita tugukole era omulimu ogwo twasalawo okukola twatandika ekisinde kye bayita People Power Movement ekyayiyubula ne kifuuka National Unity Platform era nga mu kifo ekyo bwe twateeka ekitebe kyaffe ekyasooka abaana abageta basooka okukomplaininga kwemulugunya nti fada ate ekifo kyaffe tubadde tupoera naffe obadde otuyigirizamu olwo actually ate kati okiwadde bano ba actually bennyini mu kubaddamu nabagamba ngezaako okusembeza kumanya gye muli kyali tekirabibwa kiseera ekyo nebaza Katonda nti kitandise okulabibwa bwe twafuna omukisa ne tufuna ekitebe ekineneko wano wenyini wetuli olw'ekisa kya Katonda twafuna era ekirowoozo ekifuulira ddala awo essomero mu bantu abaabeeranga awo mu biseera bya ghetto ndi musanyufu okulaba nti ate mu kweyubula kwaffe tetwebudde nga Lopu bwagambye Comrade Ssenyonyi bakulembeze bankutiko bokka naye mu abo bwe mwali nga ndabyeko Dogo City 1 oyo yali omu ku bo ndabyeko Paafuje waali wano Paafuje yali omu ku bo era mu abo abaana abaalinga awo nga bayaye baabo bwe twafuna n'omu ku bakulembeze gwe bayita Twaha Amin oyo ng'akiikirira Naggulu naye njagala okwebaza mwenna baganda baffe abaawulira omulango ogwo ogw'okukkiriza okuyiga era ne mwenyigira mu kusoma okwo guno gwe mulundi ogwokubiri nga tupasinga out oba nga tutikira abayizi okuva mu ssomero eryo mbeebaza nnyo mbeebaza okumanya ensonga enkulu tikino tekikoma ku muntu omu naye kikulu nnyo bwe kyomanyi n'okiyigiriza omulala naye n'akiyigiriza omulala naye n'akiyigiriza omulala yengeri gye tusobodde okubeerawo bye tumanyi tubimanyi kubanga abaatusookawo baatuwa omukisa ne tubiyiga kyova olaba mbagamba nti yali mutuufu nnyo omugezi Malcolm X bwe yagamba nti okuyiga ye passport egenda okutwambuza okutuusa mu biseera by'omaaso by'okweyagala yali mutuufu nnyo Steve Biko bwe yagamba ekyokulwanyisa ekyasinza okuba eky'amaanyi nga kiri mu mikono gy'oyo anyigiriza bwe bwongo oba endowooza y'oyo anyigirizibwa era yali mutuufu kyeguvera nga tugamba nti omulimu gw'oyo omulwanirizi w'eddembe ogusookera ddala kwe kuyigirizibwa oba okubangulwa kyakitiibwa nnyo tire mu kaseera kano tulina ate ababanguddwa mu nnono yaffe mu ntegeera yaffe mu birubirwa byaffe n'endowooza yaffe n'entegeera yaffe ng'aba National Unity Platform naye n'okumanya wa gye tuva ng'eggwanga musobole okumanya n'okusalawo wa gye tugenda oba gye tulina okugenda tosobola kumanya wa gy'olaga nga tomanyi gy'ova nedda omugezi omu yagamba the farther back you look is the farther in front you see tewetaaga kulengera nnyo mu maaso okumanya gy'olaga nedda tunula weetegereze wa gye tuvudde kijja kuwa ekifaananyi okulaba wa gye tulaga oba n'okuwa endowooza oba ebirowoozo enteekateeka wa gye tulina okulaga ekyo nno kye tuliko olunaku lwaleero basewo ne bannyabo njagala okubayozaayoza mwenna abeewaddeyo abatindiza eŋŋendo nga muganda waffe okuva e Kasese n'ojja n'obeera part of us n'ojja n'oyiga njagala okusalutinga abaganda baffe ndabye Jona wano omu ku bakulembeze ababannamawulire baffe okuba nti mu skedio eri bize osobodde okwewaayo n'osoma nayitayoko ku ssomero nasanyuka nnyo n'okusangayo abantu abatalina kye beetaaga nga ba star already nga muganda waffe Dax Katel music star already naye newaayo ayige ogwo nno gwe mwoyo n'omutima gwe twetaaga ffenna ng'eggwanga bayozaayoza nnyo basebo ne bannyabo mugende mutuweese ekitiibwa mugende mulage ekifaananyi kyaffe yemmwe be tulina bulijjo otambula njagala omanye nti otambula naffe ffenna n'emikisa gyaffe gyonna n'obwesigwa bwaffe bwonna mutuweese ekitiibwa abantu abanaabalaba bajja kusinziira ku mmwe okutupima mukole kyonna kyonna kye musobola okutuwa ekifaananyi ekirungi emuyize batuyigiriza abatuli owamwoyo nti tosobola kukuma tawaaza ate n'ogibikako ekibbo bw'okuma etawaaza olina ogireka ekitangala nekyakira buli omu ate omusubbaawa tegulina kyegufiirwa nga gukozeseddwa okoleeza ku musubbaawa omulala muli misubbaawa basebo ne bannyabo mugende mukulaanye emisubbaawa emirala ensi eyake ffenna twake tufune ekitangala omugigi gwaffe gusobole okuyamba omugigi gwaffe gwennyini n'emigigi gyonna gyonna eginaddako mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala kwewaayo, mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala ate mufuuke bakulembeze. Not even the sky is the limit. Mukama abampere nnyo omukisa, mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala n'obugambo obwo ssebo Dr. Spire saba okkirize nkuyite ojje oyogereko gye tuli.
Asubire ku gate waliwo obukuumi obumala. Wamma mwamanyira okudduka abamu kufa emisinde gyaffe tetugyesiga. Olwekyo abali ku gate kansubire baategese bulungi. Anze n'ekigere kinnuma bwe bajjira wano ntuula butuuzi. Honorable Kyagulanyi, the President of everyone, I'm really honored to be before you today as the guest speaker. I congratulate the graduates. I was informed that this is the second certificate awarding ceremony, and that last year the keynote speaker was General Muntu. So this year they looked around for another general. And they felt that I would be the right person to give the keynote speech. Not really to say that the general title is a big one, especially today. But nevertheless, I'm really honored. I want to first thank you, before I go into the main the gist of my invitation. I thank you, many of you, for standing with us when I lost my brother a few days ago. Yeah, many of you are there with us. You sent us messages. I've not read many of the messages because they were overwhelming. You sent messages, condolences, some of you called. Yeah, we really don't take that for granted. Yeah, I thank you so much for that. And in that line, Saba Ntwalo Mukisa Eda, to request you that we stand up for a moment of silence in honor of my fallen brother, Dr. John Bosco Chibundu Spire. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you. I'll not have to do, I want to assume that many of us will understand me, but also for the sake of including those who may not understand Luganda. So here and there, I'll use a bit of Luganda, but in Kaija. It was really amazing. At the time I visited the school, to still gather in this place, yet you know you can be rounded up anytime. Those who bring pain to others often live long. What is the worth of our effort on earth? Why see someone celebrating the pain of others, and especially if they are not celebrating the pain of an oppressor, then that person has a mental disorder. but not me to announce it everywhere and to introduce. I'm honored to be here. Dr. Spire Sentongo, yes, I worked for it, but the fact that I worked for it is not the most important thing. My house, I don't have even one. But one of them, I don't want to be the one to, every visitor should see, the owner of this house has all these things to behave in the house. Them avoided commenting or even volunteering information about the abuse of taxpayers' money in Parliament, which they were actually aware about. Many of them were quiet. I'm not shocked by the silence of those NRM, independent, but the silence of opposition people, that is not the look up to I can even put it in the affirmative and not threaten anyone. There's this video which was making rounds that really touched me so much, of a certain gentleman whose leg had been broken, but he was still standing on the it's called who? Tower. That if an indicator of selfishness or lack of clarity of purpose for us to fight people who are trying to do the same thing that we are doing. I wish you the very best in you.
Mr. President, our keynote speaker, first of all, to appreciate you once again for our School of Leadership. And you remember that before they raided, they first summoned us to the police to ask us, what do you teach? And all that and all that. But we told them that, but you people also have Chankwanzi where you teach people how to steal and hide the evidence and all that. Why are you also bothered who are teaching integrity and leaders of contemplates now there is to see how to deprive NUP of funding, because they see that the little money we get, we put it to good use. These people who are getting certificates today, things without charging money, because we use the little money we get for the right causes, for the right purpose. So, like we have constantly said, recognize the facilitators. Dr. Spire has given a very, very philosophical message today. I hope we have all picked one or two things. But one of the things he talked about was talking about the people who teach at the school. And the people who teach at the School of Leadership are not to be appreciated. The team we are giving out certificates to today is level 1. Like we explained at the start, there are 3 levels. There's level 1, level 2, and level 3. So this is level 1. And under level 1, we teach political and constitutional. Balisoma, Elabano, Naya Bada was Someza Soka Mita David Lucy Lubongo. Naya Bada was Someza Soka Mita David Lucy Lubongo. Omulala yekibuuka Moses uyawo and Dr. Spire came in and many other leaders including the Lord have been going there. Even the president himself has been coming every once in a while to speak to this. These are the people who have done all the time, but we also have sessions of a few people who come and lecture and go. So we had groups coming in from Gomba, from different places, Wakiso and others, to come in and just get trainings for 1 day, for 2 days, and all that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the reason why we're here. I'm going to invite you, Mr. President, our guest speaker, and deputy presidents to come. Class A, class in 3 categories. The first one is class A, foot soldiers. The second one is professionals, class B, and number 3 is elected leaders. And but now this time round we have some government. Difference, yeah. Musoke Paul, Nabosa Juliet. Severa Kakodio. Omwami yakonvisinga omukyala ne basalawo bonna basome. Era bwe nagendanga okubasomesa nga mbaawula. Kubanga babeera mu kiraasi nga beekuba obwama bagamba mmwe. Buli omu atuule yekka. Naye nga bakabi nnyo. Sega wa Shafik.